Hey guys and gals, welcome back to the 19th build installment. Well, we're going to be starting with Charizard by Lego Pokemon. This is set number 72153, contains 6,838 pieces, retails for $649.99. The set was provided by the Lego Group for review. Thank you, Lego. And yes, we are on the third build of this set. And yeah, so we're going to be doing him next. And right now the score is at a 6.5 out of 10, just due to build quality. Build experience is pretty good. It's just the set is a bit on the large side. Now, there's 16 bags left, so I think what I'm going to try to do is do 3 bags on Charizard and 3 bags on the base. And the base is pretty elaborate here, and it's going to take some time, but let's take a look at the building guide before we get into our building ventures. So we got the bio of Charizard, so they got everything kind of Legoed out here for us, so you can obviously download a copy yourself if you want. Lego specs. I don't think his defenses are going to be that high. But yeah, the set's not too bad. Once a trainer, always a trainer. And yeah, I'd like to see more sets come out of this eventually. I mean, what does that give us now? So far we've only had 5 out of 1,000 some odd Pokemon. Lego's got a long ways to go. And yeah, that is what we're going to be focusing on. I wish they wouldn't have these silhouetted out at the beginning. But the base itself is almost as big as Charizard. And that's the only part we're missing in the whole build. And yeah, I think we're ready to go here. But before I can continue on, this type of build is not to be considered or construed as a professional product review, how-to, or tutorial. These are just my notes for the review. In addition, I cannot guarantee these to be like a full tutorial because I will cover the build. I will have to turn things at certain angles. I cannot make any guarantees you'll be able to see everything, but I will try my best. This is not my day job. This is just a hobby of mine. Something I do for fun. Just something for entertainment. And lastly, the commentary you see here is of my words alone. Lego does not pay me to say anything. So that's usually how it goes here. Well, with that all said, let's begin with bag 50. So we only got 16 bags left. So I'm trying to think of a way to get this done quickly. I may be doing 3 bags in this installment here. You probably will need this because of this right here in the building guide. So it comes with that bag there. And I'm honestly now starting to get a little, we can use this as a bookmark. I'm starting to get a little pooped of this set. It's just so big. And in addition, I have so many other sets that have arrived that need to be built. So yeah, that's I'm going to be spending the whole summer just putting together somebody else's ideas, which is, you know, I don't mind, but sometimes after a while I kind of want to explore my own imagination, you know, that kind of thing. And for those who are wondering why I sound cranky or whiny, allergies again. And yeah, you do get 3 brick separators with the set, so 1 for each bag, or box I should say. So we're on the 3rd box now. And, well, when you see this much Technic here, yeah, we're going to be here for about 20-25 minutes. This may only be 2 bags. I'm trying to get this set done lickety-split because I got a bunch of sets that came in. A lot of them look more like up my alley, stuff that looks really fun and interesting. But I'm trying to get done with a backlog, and Lego is just not slowing down. They're sending me more stuff than I can even build. You know. Yeah, so I think half the build on this is going to involve just the base alone. Yeah, I don't ever really use these type of things all that much. I know some of you have been asking, when am I going to get to finishing this up? I'm hoping to finish it up. I don't think I'm going to have it finished up by the end of the month. Today is the 26th of May, 2026. There's just no way. I'm just swamped with my personal life stuff and doing set reviews. And it's starting to degrade my tutorials because I've been too busy putting together other creations other than my own. I have a bunch of prototypes. We're currently working on 2 projects now, but, you know, and Lego's just been kind of sending us sets late. If they're late, they're late, so make sure these are the same. If they're late, then I'm just not going to worry about it. That's on them, not on me. But yeah, I got some tutorials that I want to film, some new ideas I want to share. I don't think I got any complaints this weekend over how I'm doing these, so that's obviously a good thing. Yeah. Anytime you see a set like this with lots of little Technic pieces, we'll be here. You know, it's just a given. I just don't like Technic all that much, although it makes your builds a lot stronger. And then this goes here. We're already zooming out already. I don't know how far I'm going to go on this here. I'm hoping by this week and I can at least get the base done. I got a whole bunch of other things that I got to do over the weekend that's not Lego related. Some of it which is drama, so I got to deal with that. So I'm trying to get as much done as I can. And yeah, so I got a bunch of ideas I want to share. Well, let me check some here real quick. Okay, I made a mistake. It was supposed to be a white piece that goes in here. Alright, it's like, what? Okay, even I'm not paying attention today. You know, and I mean, sets like this after a while, they're fun to build, but I'm just going to be quite honest with you here. I'm starting to get kind of burned out on working on these big, massive set builds. I mean, you know, I know there's some out there saying, Jay, you're lucky you get all these big sets. You know, after a while, I kind of want to get back to something a little more subtle than just copying a book here. Now I got to find that other piece that I just had. I'm not really all together today. It's kind of like a lazy day. I had to deal with work, family drama, all that stuff, and yeah, so I had to deal with that. One of it being is why do I do this Lego stuff? I do it because it relaxes me. It's just like watching anime. Why do I watch that childish stuff? Because it makes me happy and gets me away from the stuff that I have to deal with every day. And it boggles my mind sometimes. You know, I just want to kind of escape. One of you did ask about, do I watch in the Lego animated series like this? What was it? I can't remember the name of it. No, I don't really watch any Lego animations at all. You know, I don't want to eat, sleep, and do turds of Lego. I just don't want to get that involved. You know, it's just, I have to have a break other than just the same theme. Well, fortunately, it's a good thing. But anyways, though, yeah, I do sound kind of out of it. I've been just tired. The weather's been changing. The other day we were in the 90s. Now we're in the 60s today. It's just a roller coaster weather. So, you know, it'd be easier to stick this in the bottom first and then stick the palisade brick in there. Yeah, so I'm just kind of out of it today, and just don't want to, I mean, I want to build something. And my bunch wants me to get into watching more movies on TV, which I don't want to do. Okay, sorry about that. I had to step away for a second. Yeah, so I've been watching a lot of anime lately. I just kind of, you know, sometimes I'll get in those moods where I just want to binge watch something, and every time I turn on the TV, it's always something bad on the news. I really don't want to hear it, and then my family's like, oh, you got to worry about it and stuff. I'm like, I can care less. And we got to open this bag up here. I mean, I'm not going to get into the whole politics behind it or anything, but I'm just tired of it, you know. That old saying, you're going to have to bury your head in the sand. Yeah, that's pretty much what a lot of us are doing now. But that's why I watch cartoons, is to get away from the boring politics. Like right now, they're having a bunch of voting stuff going on, and turning on the TV and just hear people, you know, we're talking full-grown adults, full-grown men and women trash-talking one another. Why, I could just turn it on into an anime and hear it there. At least there I'm getting entertainment, not reality. Speaking of reality, that's all I've been hearing on TV. You need to watch reality shows. You got to watch these things. I'm like, oh, I'm not watching any reality. It's bad enough. We're being censored. Why do I want to watch censored television when I can just plop in a video or something and watch it there? And speaking of that, it's hard to find anime DVDs. Like, okay, I don't mind buying something to support the creators. Plus, I like to have a physical copy, just so when I make a copy, put it on my own servers, I can watch it at my own leisure, but I'd have a backup copy, just in case a file gets corrupted or something like that. It's hard to find any of this stuff. Usually, like, what was I was looking at? That The Devil is a Part-Timer. All I could find is Season 2, and I thought, well, I want both of them, not just one. And I try to find the original runs of things, and it's just impossible. And if you do find it, it's been tariffed to death. Just any DVD in general that's not from this country here, from the States. And I'm just like, oh, goodness, I can't find anything, you know. Nothing to watch. And when you find, oh, this looks like an interesting show. Okay, let me see if I could find it on some kind of media. Well, good luck with that. And then now I've been reading articles about disc rot. You know, the media that you buy could be slowly rot now. I mean, I thought we had to worry about videotapes, but no, it's we're worried about the degradation of Blu-rays and CDs and stuff. So I got to go through my whole library, make sure I don't have any defective CDs or Blu-rays. You know, plastic breaks down. You know, anything that human makes is going to fall apart. But you know, come on now. I want it to last forever, and that's the frame we're working on. Isn't that cool? Very elaborate, huh? Well, it's already falling apart. So yeah, just trying to find something to watch is just getting to be more and more tough. And I understand countries have different regions and stuff, but man, I want to be able to just find it and watch it real easily. You know? So, I'm not sure how critical the cross axles are going to have to be. Just, whoops, we put that in the wrong place. Thank goodness for that. And right here, my wrist is sore. I think I slept on it wrong the other day. Now, how do you get these out? Just take this little thing here and pop it through. There we go. I'm just trying to find something to do. And yeah, I'm kind of in a ranty mood today. Oh, yeah, but just trying to find some news shows to watch that I don't mind purchasing a DVD. Like I'm trying to find all the Pokemon DVDs. All I can find are rebatches of things, and that are heavily edited for television, of course, out here in the States. And I'm just trying to find something that's, you know, instead of have to go to the 7 Seas to find it, I may have to. Like I said, I don't have a problem buying physical media, because I know there's a lot of music and movie companies that want you to buy physical media. Well, make the stuff available, then I don't have a problem with it. I don't have to go sail the 7 Seas to find it. You know, as far as for finding old animes on VHS, or if you're really lucky, Beta, or what was that other one? What is it? The Magnavox V2000? That old video cassette recorder. Yeah, well, you're lucky to find some. I mean, I don't want tapes. I really don't want tapes. I just want to kind of find something that I can watch, make a digital backup, and watch it at my own leisure. So, yeah, I have a lot of space on my media server that I could put cartoons on. Then I got to thinking, how often will I ever be able to watch those? You know, I don't know, because I don't watch a whole lot of TV. When I do, I like binge watch. There was this one cartoon I saw. I thought I'd give it a whirl. Called I think it was The Dangers in My Heart. It's like a comedy romance. So I'm starting off very light with the romance stuff. Just a bunch of high school kids. A guy with emo hair liking this one girl, so yeah, you know, why not? It's something a little different. You know, something just to watch to pass the time away. Alright. Yeah, so we're spending almost 20 minutes now doing the base. I'm going to probably see if I could squeeze out 3 bags in this installment. So I'm going to try to do that. See if we can get it going today. This is kind of intricate here. Yep. Looking pretty good, isn't it? Oh, I forgot we got to put more up here. Yeah, just trying to find physical copies of something. If you're a movie or production company or work for one, you know, make the stuff easy available so we can check it out. I don't mind buying it, but you know, it's just like it's like the music industry. You know, God forbid if I play a song in here and just to share it with you guys. I don't mind promoting the artists, but you know, there's musicians, they don't want us promoting their stuff, so I won't. You know, just sit back and just think about it in my head. Can't share it with anybody. I mean, I get it. I get it. We're all money hungry. We got to do that, right? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay. Still got plenty of parts here left. I've seen these being used for frames. I wish they'd make a frame without these snaps in there. Would be nice. Maybe the trap doors for Charizard. Maybe that's his bathroom. We don't know yet. Okay. Yeah, I hate having allergies. It makes my asthma flare up. I'm always stuffy. Hands are aching right now. But at least I'm trying to get stuff done for you here. so tonight I got some movies. It's my turn to pick a movie tonight. My girlfriend's like, oh, please don't pick any anime. And I've said, well, I'll find something, but if it's anime, then it's just like the romance. You're just going to have to deal with it. But I forgot to put these in here. I'm just trying to find something that's has a good storyline, that's interesting, that won't put me to sleep, that kind of thing. I don't think these are mirrored, but I'm not going to take a risk. Okay, 1x5 plates are starting to be so common now, it's not even funny. Well, maybe it is. Yeah, I made a big mistake mentioning Disneyland. I saw somebody the other day that made a video tour of Disneyland. Now, I can't handle being around a lot of people, but Disneyland does sound like fun. Oh! I've never seen that kind of part before. Well, now, I have uses for that. But I was watching this video on Disneyland. I just kind of mentioned it to my bunch, and maybe I shouldn't have, because it kind of started up some fights, and I said, oh, don't worry, we're not going to do anything that fun this summer. I'm going to be working, and you all are going to have to sit at home type deal. Jay, you sound like you're not too happy. No, it's just, you know, see Disneyland, you're thinking, oh, the happiest place on earth. Yeah, a lot of those people looked happy. I was sitting there watching on a video thinking, it's not making me happy because I'm home and all that stuff. Yeah, I read one of your comments. I think it was from Janet. I would skip the bases. I wish I could. I want to build the main build. These are kind of boring, The stands are, if you're building this with a group, give the person you don't like too much, give them the stand to build. And save the fun stuff for yourself. I mean, it's not too bad. It's just I've been seeing these being used a lot here for this type of purpose. In fact, I was going through some old parts of mine, and I found these in silver metallic. Would be good for making machines and stuff. So, yeah, and then this goes right in here. So obviously, this is the sub base. I think that's what we're going to index this guy out here. It took us only about 20 minutes. This is what we have remaining for the build here. Do I have the bin close by? I should. And I've been trying to keep all the parts grouped. That's what we have so far. And yeah, I'd still say it's still at a 6.5. Yeah, I mean, it's just a base. It's nothing exciting. Okay, 51. I don't know how far we're going to get yet on this. We'll see how bad this one is. If it's mostly just big stuff, I'll deal with 52. I see Technic and that. Yeah. So I don't want to make these videos too long. Let's see here. I mean, it's pretty much the same as we did before. Let's see what's in there. Technic pieces. Okay, I think this is going to be another 20-minute video. I don't want to make these videos over an hour long. So I'm going to go ahead and just thank everyone on my main channel and Patreon for being contributors. It's always a big help because one day I'll get enough time to actually build some fun stuff. And in addition, thank you for checking out my Rebrickable profile and downloading building guides. And most importantly, if you like my style of content on here, feel free to subscribe. It's always going to be free. I'm not going to charge for it. I was hoping those to be ingots in that color, but they are not. And you like my commentary? Sure. I mean, feel free. I'm always going to be here. And if you don't like this style, I'll understand. It's got to work both ways, right? So it looks like we're building the shaft that goes in the middle. I'm just taking a stab here at it. So, I think we're just going to wrap up with 52, so I'm going to have to break the stand down into 4 build installments. I'm hoping, but I may have to. Yeah, this one might go fast. That's why I use a stopwatch. I don't want to make these 2 or 3 hour build installments. Yeah, I mean, Technic. Ooh, do we have to do it? Yeah, you have to. It has to be done. Well, I was looking for ingots in dark orange, but you know what they had them in? Purple. Well, we're getting close. Can't tell you what I would be using those for. Some of you probably have an idea, but for the project I need, I'm short, I think, by 4. And I have to order some, but I'm hoping this wave of sets has them. If not, then I'm going to have to place an order, because I got a couple of tutorials that I'd like to use them for. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah, but back to the Disneyland videos, watching this guy walking through Disneyland. Boy, how much I miss going to a theme park, and my bunch don't like them too much. I don't like being around all those people, but I have ways of comforting myself not to where I don't have to deal with it. And last time I was at Disneyland, believe it or not, was back in 1985. It's been over 40 years since I've been to a Disneyland. My family's been to it more than I have. Okay, this looks like we're working on the other section here. And you know, I know it's expensive to go there. I thought, well, maybe we can have a trip or something like that, but yeah, my family prefers watching television at home, so that's what we'll be doing this summer. No theme parks. I probably wouldn't get on the rides, but just something for them to enjoy, I wouldn't mind. I'll get on the kiddie rides. I don't want to get on those roller coasters. What am I saying? That's like, that's Six Flags Magic Mountain. I don't want to deal with that. I don't think it's even called that anymore. Remember Knott's Berry Farm? I've been there twice. Last time I think I was in Knott's Berry Farm was like in probably 1990. Shay, your family doesn't sound all that fun. Well, I wanted to take my nephew to a water park when he was little, but it kind of led to some drama, and I said, okay, never mind. Oh, that's how it is. So, I'm always looking for these in red. So this summer, this will be my theme park, is Lego. At least it doesn't cost me anything, just cost me my time, but hey, I don't mind putting something together. It's better than watching television. Okay, then we got to put these 2 clamshells together. Making sure I don't mess up here. That pin goes right in the middle like that. Alright, well, there we go. There we go. Maybe this bag will go fast after all. Maybe I can do the next one. We don't know yet. We do not know. Okay, and then we're going to come back to the big boy here. It's like a fly swatter. You can swat the flies with that. Kill them on the workbench. This looks like the ingots go here. It's showing the studs here. Well, that's awfully loose. Did I miss something? Why do we have ingots in there for? Make sure here. Making sure everything is spaced right. Maybe that is. And then we're supposed to take these and push them in. Now, I'm going to take a look here and make sure. So they show this thing right here should be fine. Now, there's 8 of these you got to push in. I think the easiest way to do is to kind of wiggle and jiggle the bottom one in first. Well, we got that in there. And let's just see here. Trying to make sure you can see what I'm doing. You notice I usually wiggle things, because if you don't, you may have something out of alignment. Now, it's not to say that this side here is going to go in. Let's see. So we did. That means well, that one was being stubborn, but there we go. And the reason why Lego does this is you don't want this coming apart. This is interlocked together. Yeah, if you take this apart, which I'm probably going to have to in the future, because I don't have space for this big stuff, I'd have to use the base and dissect it slowly. You know what I mean? Palisade bricks. Oh wow, gray window frames. I don't think I have those in dark gray. Yeah, not too bad. We're getting somewhere. Okay. We're getting somewhere today. I really want to get this set done just quickly so I can move on to the commentary builds. These are builds that have commentary, but I can talk about them now because stuff's already been released. I have the city sets. I have friend sets. I have a few Disney sets that I just did not want. Another set that they sent me is, if you're looking for that big giant Disney set, that Main Street, that big lengthy, almost 4,000 piece jobby, we'll be doing that here too. Okay, that's why I got to get a lot of this done here. Okay, it's like we're rotating it around. So that's what we're looking forward to there. Okay, so now we are here on this side. Well, I thought maybe we were going to anchor something down in there, but I guess not. Okay. Yeah, I've just been stuffed up lately. I think it's just the weather constantly changing. I'm just kind of like, ugh. I've been editing a lot of videos, trying to get things done for, you know, to put up on YouTube for you to watch. I've been getting, like I said, I get a lot of requests for the Pokemon sets, so I'm going to try to do them. If Lego doesn't, let's say Lego produces new stuff. If they don't send them, I'll request for them. Of course, you've probably already seen the rumors about them, but the notch is facing towards the left, so I don't know how critical that is, but we're going to shove these in here. I'm kind of tired. I want to take a nap, but it's already in the evening and I don't want to deal with it today, because then I won't be able to sleep. I've been having a rough time sleeping as it is. Sometimes I'll wake up with an asthma attack, and that's never fun. You know, I feel like I'm just laying in bed. Next thing I feel like I'm out of breath, like I just ran a marathon. Okay. Yeah, at least Lego's got some color hidden in here. It just feels like I'm building an old-fashioned classic Technic set. Yeah. I may just score this one out. We just may do 3 installments here. I really kind of just want to break this one down here. Let me just slide all these over here. Or a Star Wars set. I did get a request asked, why don't I do Star Wars? It's just a theme that just doesn't excite me. Jay, I can't believe you said that. I know, right? I just don't like Star Wars. I never ask for the Star Wars stuff. No. I mean, I like watching the movies and the sequels and stuff, but that's just it. Wall panels are a nice piece to have if you need clearance for something. Oh, I was doing inventory on these Remember that project I was talking about a long time ago, making a full-fledged grocery store? I have a bunch of these now. I literally do. I kid you not. I could literally build a grocery store now. Have the food items, everything. Except for the corn, because the corn piece is like $5 or $6 for an ear. No. But I do have the parts now for it. This is another piece I've been obtaining a lot of lately. Not enough to fill up a bin, but it's getting to be popular. I usually use those for making more of the car stuff. So I've been just, kind of just going through parts. I've been parting out a bunch of sets. My goal is to part out at least 100 pieces a day. Just trying to make room for some new stuff. And yeah. Yeah, we're getting there. Oh, we got more to put on the top. Yeah, this bag here wasn't as bad as the first one. Yeah, I'll have to get back and watch some more cartoons. I've been looking for a lot of these. I have a project you're going to need a lot of these for. It's a tutorial. It's a perspective tutorial. Not sure how I'm going to do it yet. So you're going to need a bunch. A lot. And a lot could be more than 2. So, you've been forewarned. I'm going to be using a lot of those. We're just about done here. Let's get this building up the... I think we're just building up the lower portion of the perch. So we got the sub base, and I'm going to say this is the perch. Alright. Put some more of these in here and lock that in. There's another one in here. Or is it just one? Oh, there's 2. Okay. These are just meant to put a cross axle in there. But Lego uses them as pins to pin it together. So now that thing is not going to come apart. This thing is really built well. And I'm just going to say this is more like a mock than it is a Lego set. This is like building somebody's mock. Like those ones you get off of Rebrickable. I got to clean my viewfinder on my camera. And then this goes here. If a piece doesn't go in, just wiggle it in. And that's just simple. Some people don't know. Like this is bowing. How do we fix that? You just wiggle things in. Now my wrist is sore. I don't know what I did to it. I think I slept on it wrong, so I got to be careful. Stick that in there. But you know what? I think we can probably go for another bag. So I've only been filming for probably about 40 minutes. I think we could wing it. That's it. All that work just to make a box. But, well, no, we're not done yet. Okay. Now we're going to wrap up with 52. Already did shout-outs, I don't have to worry about that. Well, so far it doesn't look too intimidating. Be careful, the parts may hang in the bag. And so if I can get done with, if I could do the stand in 3 buildings, because the stand's going to take 8 bags, so I'm trying to get it done in 3 build installments. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah, but I always appreciate the contributions. It's always a big help. Wow, we don't have Technic. Maybe it was a good move we're doing this one now. But they're small pieces. A lot of these little tiles I can use. Okay. Alrighty, so let's bring this back into frame here. We're working in this area right there. Like we're using maybe, this is like dark orange or reddish orange. Matter of fact, it's asking for 2 tiles. Yeah. Because this is regular orange. Yes, this is, I think, reddish orange. You got dark orange. That's reddish orange. Some have asked, how do you know all the colors? When you write up your own building guides, you remember the colors very easily. You really do. You know, I always go, how do you know all this stuff, you know? I did get a question asked, Jay, are you a professional Lego builder? No. This is just for fun, you know. I don't do this for payment or anything. This is just a hobby, you know. And, you know, there's some out there who will, that do, this is their full-time gig. If I was a filthy rich billionaire, I could do that. I literally could. I would just be doing videos. You'd be seeing daily tutorials, a lot of things. You'd see house builds again. It's just, I don't have the free time anymore to do all that. You know, so I don't. These are good for rock terrain, so that's a nice piece to calf, especially for wet boulders or rocks. See, here I can give you ideas, I can give you inspirations what parts can be used for. You know, I don't have to do that. I want to do it because some people come here just for commentary. But I want to give you something also to take away from the build. It's like, oh, this piece is used for this. Every time I see these round tiles, I always think of curbs for sidewalks or borders for landscaping. I mean, gotta have those. That's always important. But I'm thinking today, though, I'm going to try to do is get just this base done today in a few installments. And then I'd like to start focusing on, of course, you'll see this in different days. Whoops. I want to start focusing more on the new sets that are coming out. I think I'm going to do one city, one friends, just kind of rotate them through. And usually that works out the best. Just kind of rotate them through. You know, break the monopolists up from just doing nothing but constant set builds. I mean, like, oh, I don't want to stick with just building just Pokemon or just friend sets. Something flickering. I thought I saw something. Sometimes I don't know if it's a surge or if the bulb going bad. And this piece here goes right there. Okay. All right. Push that down in there. There we go. More terrain. Yeah, so as far as for my sprinklers are concerned in my backyard, I got to make a jig. I haven't done that yet. I'm probably going to work a little bit on that later on. Get the jig made so I can start running through sprinklers. I have all the stuff here at the house to make a jig. And some have recommended to do a jig, you know, just to, it's better than putting the sprinklers in the lawn and then have to adjust them out there. And so I could just do it in my backyard in the middle of my grass, so I'm not just watering the street or something. I hate when you get these tiles, you can never pick them up. Well, seeing this in that reddish orange, put that with the dark red and the regular red, they make good for Spanish tiles. Okay. And after that, we got a bunch of parts put on after that on top of this. Start with the little ones first. I guess it's supposed to simulate like lava and stuff since Charizard's a fire type. Yeah, who doesn't like building stuff with their hands? there's always been this talk about AI and stuff. I don't think AI is going to replace building sets. I don't think it is. I hope not, because I like to... This gets away from the computer, gets away from watching TV, and just sit back and just muscle parts down physically. It's better when you're building from your own imagination. That kind of thing. Yeah, this bag here is not going too slow. It's going just right. So I think I made a good call here just doing this one now. Okay, that goes there. You got a better view than I do, by the way. Okay, now it looks like we're moving on to more terrain, of course. So I'm going to see... I think the next installments, we'll see how long they take. I'd really like to, like I said, I'd like to get the base done, do a few set reviews, come back and do Charizard, get Charizard done, do the review on this, which is just basically a 360 spin. I'm probably going to do close-ups on this one. And then the review, which is pretty easy to do, because the review is just going to be, I do the review first, do the 360 spin, and then close-up. That's how I'm going to do it. And then, does that go there? No, it's offset. I thought it would fit right up, lined up with that. Huh. Well, I wouldn't have done it like that, but what do I know? I'm not a Lego designer by any means. But yeah, I mean, we're cruising along getting things done. Oh, wow. Dark orange 2x3 brick. Pumpkin pie color. Oh yeah, we're in summertime. It's ready for October where it's getting cold outside. Especially if you're young and you're wanting to go trick-or-treating. Oh, I put this in the wrong place, so let me fix that real quick. If I make a mistake, I don't ding off because Lego provided me a tool. As long as there's a tool with the set, it's fine. It's when I have to get up and get a tool because one was not provided, that's where we have our issues. But, you know. That's why I call these real-life builds. These are not AI, they are not... I generate them. Is that dark tan? Oh yeah, thought maybe it was... See, those I always think of Super Mario Brothers. Let's see here. Alright, we got that. I mean, I don't know what that's for. Some steps you're only putting like one piece in. So... Okay. Kind of nice how that fits together. I mean, but all around though, I mean, it's not a bad set. It's just big. This is really meant to be built with a group. This is not meant to be a solo build by any means. It looks like we have 2 holes there. I think that's where it goes. It's pretty. I'm just grabbing back here and then just squeezing that down. It's pretty strong. You notice nothing's crumbled apart, which is not too bad. It's already getting heavy. It's already getting heavy. Looks like we're building more rocks here. Yeah, stuff like this, great for rocky terrains. Oh, you know how I have my YouTube memberships where if you click a member video, it shows me in a dark alley with the members only door? I got to change that. Some people say it just seems kind of spooky or something like that. Yeah, I need to do something different with that. It's just time. Time is the only problem that I have. I guess there is a gap back there. Well, now we know. Okay, now we're moving on to even more terrain. So yeah, I mean, it's just, now I think this one would be indexed as just terrain. The step 71, you're putting on a bunch of parts. Like I said, if you're following along, cool, we can build together. 3x3 plate, those always come in handy. You know, that's the beauty about doing these. You know, I could label these as build-alongs or ASMR. Some people just want to hear me talk. Some people say I put them to sleep. I don't know how I feel about that, but for the most part, if somebody enjoys it, hey, that's always a cool thing. Okay. Yeah, there's just a lot of parts in here. All right, let's start with this piece here first. And that goes right back in there. And then it gets a little easier as we go. Hopefully. Yeah, I watched ReZero. Yeah, it's starting to become more of a romance adventure thing than anything else, but at least it's still entertaining me. And you know, and of course, you got Rent a Girlfriend, which is just a comedy romance. So maybe I've been watching romances longer than I thought. I watched it because it was silly, and I thought, yeah, why not? You know, some people say it's just a bad one to watch, but for me, it's keeping me entertained, and it's better than the news. But you know, it's just something to watch, just to kind of get my mind away from things. They only release one new episode a week, so I gotta wait. Yeah, back in the day, we used to wait for a time. Now we just have to wait for a release date. Okay, we stuck that there. Okay. This is a part here that you can get lost on very easily. So take your time. No need to rush, because like I said, I know I'm going to mess up. So I'm just taking my time. Do a little yoga before a build so you don't mess up too much. And yeah. Yeah, these slopes, these have been around since before I was even born, but in that color though, it's just cool seeing old parts and new colors. It's like, I remember this was in very basic colors, and now I'm seeing them in all this bright stuff. And this guy goes here, I think, because that small one fits there. And then this guy gets plopped on right there. So it looks like it goes on like that. Okay. Okay, why is that not fitting on there? Do I have to wiggle it in? Yeah, wiggle it in. Just slowly maneuver it in. Making sure. Okay. Well, we're getting some of the terrain put in, the lava terrain. The depression terrain. Oh no, this has got highlights and stuff. At least the book is at least well laid out. Okay. And then that goes there, but oh no, 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 no. We got the cones left. If I could pick them up. This one goes here. This part here kind of reminds me of that, what was that Indiana Jones set I built. That one, I think it was Temple of Doom or something like that. It was a big set that actually had some of the stuff you saw in the movie. This last one goes here. And it had the swinging vines and stuff. It was like more like a game, like a side scroller. I thought Lego make things like that, you know. I thought Mario would be like that, but it isn't. And that's it for bag 52. Okay, Summation of Thoughts. And yeah, that's just 3 bags so far out of 8 just to do the base. We still got, what, 13 more bags left to do. And it's a good time as any to take a break for a bit. I got to do some chores. And that's what we've done. It's nothing elaborate. It's nothing fancy. But at least it's something, though. And yeah, it's built very well. Score's still sitting at a 6.5. I know some people are going to be like hating on me because I'm dinging it. You know, these sets get big. They're going to fall apart. Even my big stuff, it's like, why did I make it this big? Why don't I make it modular? It's easy to move around, that kind of thing. But so far, the build experience, it's still good. It's keeping my interest, but I'm starting to get a little exhausted with it. But I think this set was more or less designed to be built with a group. This is, if you're building it solo, yeah, you're going to be in for a little bit of a workout. But I've been working on this long enough. But I mean, it's still a very enjoyable build. But tell me what you think.